Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. So today I've got another Planet Zoo speed build and we are making a moose enclosure today. And obviously that is using the new North America DLC that's recently come out in Planet Zoo. And I've just taken a couple of days off work so that I could create a couple of videos using the new animals because I'm super excited about this pack and I think all of the animals look gorgeous. Like I explained in my previous cougar habitat video, I had started this Canadian nature reserve type zoo previously and I'd done like 1 or 2 episodes for it, and then I kind of had a gap and I lost inspiration for it and I moved on to other things. And then when this pack came out, I really wanted to return to that style of zoo, but I wasn't happy when I went back in game and looked at my old version of that zoo and the buildings that I'd created and all of the terrain and everything, so I decided to start afresh. And like I say, I've already created a cougar habitat in this zoo, so go and check that out if you're interested. That will be linked down in the description below and in the video itself. But yeah, so far that's the only other addition to this new zoo that I've created. It's called Pine Springs Park and it's the same concept as the other one that I mentioned earlier. It's very naturalistic, very big. It is set upon a Canadian mountain and it follows the river down the course of the mountain, and so it's got lots of waterfalls and beautiful lakes and scenery. And I've tried to make all of the habitats look like it's kind of nature reserve, so all of the animals are in very big, very naturalistic looking habitats, and the poor guests have to walk so far in order to get anywhere in the zoo, and the staff as well. Since creating the last video, I had so many staff members in my game moaning that they didn't have access to any facilities, which they did, they just had to walk so long to get there. But yeah, I'm really excited to add to this zoo because like I say, it's going to sort of make the most of the landscaping tools in the game, and like I say, beautiful scenery. And I love Canada. I've probably mentioned it a couple of times on my channel before, but I'm obsessed with Canada and its landscape. I think it's just so beautiful. So yeah, this is Pine Springs Park, and like I say, this enclosure that I'm building today is a moose enclosure, and I was debating whether or not to do a beaver or a moose enclosure next, and I very nearly made a beaver enclosure because someone in the comments in my last video mentioned that they would like to see beavers. So I was thinking about it, and then I decided that I kind of wanted the beaver and moose habitat to be merged, or for the beavers and the moose to be in the same area. And I'm not sure if that's actually possible in the game. I mean, I checked Zoopedia and it said that they don't benefit from any other animals, the moose, but that doesn't mean to say that it's unsafe for them to be in enclosures with other animals. And I imagine, I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that in the wild, beavers and moose sort of live alongside each other, so surely they should be okay in a zoo. But who knows, we'll see if we get any drama when I try and add them, and if not, then we'll just separate them. So yeah, I wanted the beavers and the moose enclosures to be connected, but I wanted this first area that I'm building in now to have a lake where the moose can swim in because it's quite a big body of water, and then the other side of the bridge where I create the bridge in this habitat, that's where I want the beavers to be. So I want to create a load of dams for them out of twigs and stuff like that, so it's going to look more specific to beavers. So I wanted that to be on the other side because I just had visually in mind what I wanted the scenery to look like, and it just made sense to put moose here and then do beavers later on. So that's my plan for these 2 habitats, and like I say, I want to open them up so they can both go in both areas, but we'll see whether or not that's possible. And in terms of my plans for other animals in the zoo, I don't think I've mentioned it yet in my previous video, but I want all of the animals in this zoo to be native to at least North America. They don't necessarily have to be native to Canada specifically, but yeah, at least North America. And I say that, I'm not sure whether the Formosan black bears are native to America. I think they might be Asian bears, but I'm gonna put them in anyway because I like black bears and we don't have an American version of a black bear in the game. But other animals I want to add include obviously the grizzly bear, that's definitely going to be in this zoo, and timber wolves, and well, basically all of the other animals from the North America pack are going to be in this zoo, apart from maybe the alligator, I'm not sure, we'll see. And then I also wanted to have some of the animals from the Arctic pack in as well. I'm not sure whether we'll get polar bears in. We could maybe have reindeer, we could have Arctic wolves and the Dall sheep. Let me know what your thoughts are of any of those animals down in the comments below. And we'll obviously have bison and pronghorn antelope as well. I also kind of have a plan in mind for what I want to do with the wolf enclosures and the fox enclosures as well. The reason why I haven't done the Arctic foxes yet, because they're probably one of the animals that I'm really excited to see and I think they look so cute, but I have a specific design in mind for their habitat and just in terms of its location in the park, and I want it to be next to some wolf enclosures and for them to be sort of relatively connected. So I'm not ready to do that yet. That's why I've put it off, even though I'm really excited about having Arctic foxes in my game. So I'm kind of sad that I haven't done that as one of my first builds, but we will get there. We will get there. But yeah, I'm excited about all the animals, to be fair. I think they're all so gorgeous and all of the animations are absolutely amazing. And by the way, if you're interested in checking out some of the moose animations, I will add them to the end of the video. I usually do that in all of my Planet Zoo videos. I usually end the video with some cinematics of the finished build and the animals living in the finished build as well. So stick around to the end if you're interested in seeing them. And we also had some moose babies as well this time, because I was sad in the last video because we didn't get any cougar babies because they just didn't want to have babies. But saying that, when I was building this, the cougars did have a cub, so I was really excited and it looks so cute, and I was going to film some footage of the cub for this video and just add it in at the end because we didn't see it last time, but it kept escaping and it was a real troublemaker, this cub. And yeah, I looked at its terrain map of where it can go and where it can escape in the enclosure, and it could just escape from everywhere. So in the end I had to go and put it in the trade centre because it just kept escaping and my vets had to keep capturing it. So yeah, it's not in the enclosure at the minute and I didn't have time to sort it out in time for this video, so maybe in time for the beaver habitat or another episode that I do, I will add in some footage of the cougar cubs just because I think they look so cute and I'm so excited to see them. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that as well. So in terms of this build then, this moose habitat build and everything I make in it, if you've seen my cougar habitat build, you'll see that basically a lot of the landscaping that I do is very similar to what I did in the cougar habitat. So we obviously start off with a waterfall because, like I say, we're following this water down the course of the mountain, and this habitat is kind of near the bottom of the mountain, so the river's getting really wide. There's obviously this massive lake in the habitat as well, and a lot of the rock work that I use for the waterfall is the same. And this time I did manage to include some footage of me adding the mossy rocks in case you're interested in seeing that, so I did manage to get that. And yeah, pretty much all of the trees were quite similar to the last build and all of the foliage as well. This time I managed to group some of the items together and like place them as a group, which did save me some time as well. And like I said last time, I already created a group of fences which I have saved and I've actually added as a blueprint on the Steam Workshop, and I'll put that in the link in the description box below in case you're interested in downloading some of the fences and the education board as well. I'd created that off camera. Well, I filmed it and I'm gonna add it to the entrance building video that I create when I finish the entrance building off, because I've sort of half made the entrance building but I haven't gotten around to finishing it properly, and you'll kind of see me move back and forth and you'll probably see what it looks like. But yeah, I will show you how I created those fences in that video, so that's why I don't explain it. But oh my god, I hate placing fences down. It's so tedious, especially on a hill, because then you have to sort of manually adjust the angle of the fence every time you add a new one, and it's just so tedious and time consuming, so I did not enjoy doing that. And then in terms of the actual building and structural parts of this video, I created a bridge, and I'm not 100% happy with the bridge design. I'm happy with the support structure. I think that turned out okay, but the colours are just a little bit odd, and I think I might, when I do the beaver habitat, I might just go back and just sort of adjust the colours, because as I was taking the cinematic shots at the end, I was kind of like, don't know if I'm super happy with how this bridge turned out, so I might edit that. So I might edit that, like I say, in the beaver habitat, because you'll be able to see the bridge in the beaver habitat too. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about it being perfect this time. And then the other thing I also kind of wanted to change in this habitat was the moose shelter water. I don't mind too much the overall structure of it. I just wasn't too happy with the colours of it, and I might change the angle or change the material of the top wooden panels where the triangular sort of design work is, because they just look a bit odd because they're off-grid pieces, and I had to try and work around the shape of the roof. And yeah, you can see the paneling going in different directions on those timber objects, so I'll probably change that to something that's not wood patterned, maybe stone or something else that just looks a little bit less odd, maybe plaster or something. So yeah, I'll probably change that, and like I said, I'll probably change the colours as well because they look okay, they just don't look polished. So yeah, I want to edit those a little bit. And then the other thing that I want to add, this video is just me talking about everything that I didn't do in the video and that I'm going to do next video. But yeah, I didn't add any star facilities for this enclosure, and I kind of think that they'll probably fit better near the other half of this enclosure, so where the beavers are going to be, there'll probably be a better area for in terms of access for the star facilities. So I thought I'd hold off and wait and see if there is a better area around that way, because at the minute I couldn't find anywhere to add them. So yeah, I'm yet to do that, but at the minute I've kind of just got some bare star facilities at the entrance building, and that's what all of my staff are using. So that's why they have to walk so far to get to all the enclosures, because like I say, they're all so far away. I'm thinking that for every enclosure I do, I'll probably have to include its own star facilities, because like I say, otherwise it's just going to be so far away from all of the other ones. So there's no way around that. I'm just going to have to be vigilant and add them each time, which I always forget to do. And that's basically all I have to say in terms of the build. Before I go, I also wanted to share some moose facts with you, because I wanted to explain the fact that I've got such a huge body of water in this enclosure, and it is mostly enclosure. There's very little land in it. So the reason why I did that is because I found out recently that moose love water, and they are capable of diving to the bottom of really, really deep ponds, and they actually like eat food at the bottom of ponds as well. I think like plants and stuff at the bottom of water, and they've even got webbed feet, and I had no idea that they were such good swimmers. And if you look at their noses, they kind of look a little bit flappy, and I think they can close them so that they can go underwater properly. And yeah, maybe it's during the winter or something like that, like a large proportion of their food is found underwater, so they're just really good divers. So that's why I had them in such a huge lake and very little land, because I thought they would actually quite enjoy it. And when I was doing my cinematics, they were just swimming and swimming. They were absolutely loving being in this water. So that was my thought process behind it. And I also think they just look so cute. They've got such odd shaped faces, haven't they? And especially like you're kind of used to looking at moose with the antlers. So the male moose kind of look normal because I guess the huge antlers balance out their really long face. But then when you look at the female ones, they just look so weird because all they have is just this really long face and these really odd nostrils, and yeah, they have such knobbly wonky feet and they're really, really funny to look at. And I think there was a shot at the end when I got one of the female moose. I managed to capture her using the scratching post, and she was just walking over some stones, but the way her feet moved were just so odd and sort of bony and bendy that I just think they're such interesting animals. And I think they've done an amazing job, like I say, with all these animations, and they've really captured the essence of the moose. So yeah, that is all I had to say in this video. I really, really hope you liked it. Let me know what you thought of this build down in the comments below, and what you think of the moose in Planet Zoo. And I'd love to know if you've been playing with a new pack in your own game, and what you've been up to and what you've built, and which animals you've been excited about, and what you think of all of them. So do let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, and let me know what you think of this idea for a Canadian zoo as well, whether or not you're excited about it. So yeah, that's it from me. As always, if you liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye guys.
This one is